We'll fill it if there is some.
Right?
I'll just talk nonsense.
This is the point where Scruffy usually says something stupid and we get it on tape.
Oh.
So go ahead, Scruff.
We're recording. Nope, I'm not saying nothing.
You noticed
come on.
that. Shoot.
Wait a minute.
If you wouldn't have said that, I would have.
Something stupid. I thought that was all the time. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, he's got a good point there.
KO.
This is gonna be a good show tonight. So
This is gonna be a good show tonight.
It's already fun.
I think we'll just get started with that.
All right,
Go for
fire
it.
up.
And now, on with the show.
For bladder check. Check.
Check.
Check. Wait. Screw it. I'm holding it.
It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
Podcasting, the final audio frontier. These are the legends of Brown Squadron.
Our computer is picking up a strange signal. Here, sir, you better take a look at it.
The ongoing mission? To explore the Star Wars universe and other nerd culture topics. To seek new content and new cantinas, bars, and lounges. To boldly annoy Scruffy by making too many bad jokes. Welcome to the Hyperspace Heroes Podcast.
All right, and welcome to Hyperspace Heroes. This is Brown Leader signing in. All wings report in.
Brown 2 is here and signing in.
4.
Four. Fire on. Fire on.
I was 3, but now I'm 4.
4.
Well, this is a
And
great
now we have 3 listeners left. All right.
Hey.
So tonight we've got ECPCTV with us. Jim was with us last year and is actually Brown 60, part of the crew. And Matt is another member of ECPCTV. And we have not given him a Brown designation yet because he has not been on the show before.
Brown Streak signing in.
There you go.
All right, we're there.
But no, since I've actually, we usually wait till the end of the show to do this, but we can do this now, which is that we actually have a call sign for you. And if Micah joins us, he'll he's Brown 65, which we gave him at ICCC last year. And then Matt, we didn't get a chance, and since it's your first time on the show, we've actually got that ready. And let me bring this up because I am on the ball. And
Wow.
yeah, I know, right? So Brown 79, and the call sign is Vice. And what Vice is, we pull all of our call signs from Star Wars. And Vice was a member of a search and rescue crew for the Rebel Alliance. And after some discussions we had with you last year, we thought that was kind of fitting. We always try to relate it back. Yeah, absolutely. We try to relate it back to the something in your real life, and that kind of relates to Star Wars. But and thank you for your service. So
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
How did he get droid bait then?
Oh, he never seen a droid chase me?
He didn't attend the meeting. That's right.
That's right. Yeah. he missed a steering committee, and therefore we chose for him.
Yeah.
So,
hello.
Welcome to the show, guys. And Ubaldo, welcome. Unboxing, welcome. Clara, welcome. And Ubaldo, sir, was our great segue right there. So Ubaldo was our winner last week. We did a Black Series giveaway. We've been trying to keep them Andor themed. We advertised they were doing a pre-sale for, who was it? Oh, the Krennic, his party dress. Yes. His party dress. And
party dress Krennic.
Does
it come with a pink Corvette?
Yep. And pink TIE fighter. And
pink TIE fighter.
The pre-sale had dropped by the time Ubaldo and I connected. He actually chose a Darth Vader, so we sent him a Black Series Darth Vader. Tonight we're going to do another Black Series giveaway. And let me bring that image up. So we are going to again, this is another pre-sale that just launched today. If the winner wants me to go ahead,
holiday special bartender.
No, I wish that was. I'd be ordering it for everybody, but
I'd order 3 or 4.
right? But no, today what went up is the ISB Special Forces officer, which I thought was kind of cool. And the winner can choose that we'll pre-order it for them if that's what they like, or if they want to do a different Black Series like Ubaldo did, we're okay with that too. So, but that's what we're going to be giving away tonight. And to have a chance at winning that, and our guests are even invited if they want to participate as well. You just have to type in hashtag corn pop into the chat tonight. And that is in memory of
No, in celebration of the death.
in memory of.
We better ask, have you guys watched this week's Andor yet?
Yeah.
I haven't watched this week's yet.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Spoiler.
Plug your
It's
ears
all
for a
right.
second.
We'll try to dance around it a little bit.
No, we won't.
No.
It's all good. You don't have to walk on eggshells with me. It's
So
all
yeah,
good.
so type corn pop. Corn pop is what we call Cyril in Andor, and we've called him that since season 1. And let's see, I can bring this image up. Somebody posted this on Twitter today, which is everybody that's passed so far, and they keep adding to the picture every time somebody dies in Andor. But yeah, it was according to the internet, episode 8 was the best TV to ever TV, and so it we'll talk about that a little bit tonight.
That's just melting my brain right there.
Right. I will say though, it was an episode.
Unboxing, nice figure. Thank you. I've been working on it for my whole life.
I was going to say about.
Oh, look who's here!
Mike, welcome to the
Oh,
show,
hey, brother.
Hi.
Big Mike.
But yeah, for the latest Andor episodes, I was going to say that this was episode 7, 8, and 9. I actually really enjoyed. So we'll just let that one hang there for you. We also had just May the 4th happen, and we got Tales of the Underworld, which came out on Sunday.
Yep.
That was pretty. Did everybody get a chance to catch that?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Right on. Yep. Right on. Definitely enjoyed those. Loved the High Noon homage in the final Cad Bane episode. I mean, it was almost right from the almost an exact replication of the original movie, with a few little changes, of course. But yeah, really enjoyed those. How do you guys feel about Asajj coming back from the dead? I mean, we knew she did because she was in Bad Batch, but
I dig it only because of how important she is to this part, man. It's almost like Asajj Ventress is. I think they created her with the intention of her coming in and leaving quickly. But man, you know how Star Wars is. Once you find a character and it takes 2 things and you fall in love. I mean, look how little Boba Fett was in the
Boba Fett.
movies.
I was just about to say, how much screen time did Boba Fett have?
Yeah. And
Too
like
much.
y'all had that homage to all those little background characters. There is no small character in Star Wars, and I just don't think they've learned that yet, man.
Look
And
at
then
Nula.
when they bring in someone like Asajj Ventress to come in and how BA she is, I'll keep it PG-13. I gotta do
can't.
that.
You're fine. You're fine.
Well, how badass she is.
Yeah.
and like even her lightsabers, like my son loves her lightsabers and everything. And I think you almost had to, just because there's some things we need to find out, about her storyline, and like that. I feel like there's some holes that this was important to bring back for her.
Oh, she definitely has a future in the universe. And Matt, we have a saying on the show that you're only dead until Filoni needs you for a story. So
All hail Filoni.
All hell
Yeah.
Filoni.
Oh,
that's
Filoni. Yes. So I can't get beyond the picture that they posted for the advertisement of Tales of the Underworld. Do we have that by any chance?
I'm checking.
I'm hoping
No.
we do, because
No, we don't.
I can't unsee this. I saw the first time I saw that, I'm like, Taylor Swift. Where's Taylor Swift on there? Now, go back and check that out now and tell me I'm wrong.
hey, Scruffy, do you have something on your brain?
Nope, I have nothing in my brain. Oh, that song was out of my head. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
Nice.
unfortunately, the music we listen to at work is not something we control. So
You're
at
a closet
4,
You just gonna admit it.
no, not at all. At 4:47, Taylor Swift's "There's Nothing on My Brain" or whatever that song is called plays. So I'll find myself walking across the floor. There's nothing in my brain. And it's just, it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away.
Here's
That's
Here's a palate cleanser for you, sister.
there we go. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Much better. Much better.
Right on. That is from the them getting ready to have mom over for dinner in the last Andor arc. Excuse me, with when Edie comes to dinner with Cyril and Dedra.
At least that's not what was playing when she said, "Turn out the lights."
I can't believe you had me followed.
Turn out the lights.
I can't believe you had me followed.
Since we're on Andor, can I ask y'all, like, how did y'all feel about like the first few episodes
Of the whole series or of
the whole
season?
series? Just the first few, like let's say the first 3 episodes.
Let me tell you a story. I could not get into the first season of Andor to save my life. I thought this is worse than Lord of the Rings. They're just walking and talking and walking and talking.
Okay, excuse me. There's nothing wrong with Lord of the Rings, good sir.
Oh, absolutely not. I love Lord of the Rings.
Please.
Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, hey, this walking and talking bit's been done, all right?
It's a political drama. It's just gonna be talking. I mean, we're getting that with Andor. We're getting that behind the scenes of the Senate that we heard everybody talking about and referencing in our original films. Now we're getting the behind the scenes, what actually took place.
Yeah, this is the prequels we all wanted, right?
I mean, I'm not saying I wanted it. I'm saying I find it very interesting. It's kind of like, what did Mike say?
Shots fired.
Oh,
No, Jim, I'm going to agree with you because we had our friend Dr. Chris Kempshall on, who's a historian, who put it in a new perspective for me. And I rewatched it last year, and then I watched it again last month in preparation for the new season. And I'm 100% committed to it now. I thought it's great when you see it as a whole.
Yeah. When you see it as a whole, I get it. It took a long time to develop. I get it. It was slow going in the beginning. But, I grew up in the era of like shows for like Dynasty and Dallas, Who Shot JR. And it's just a bunch of people talking about oil. I mean, all the time. But they managed to create drama around
Yes.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, what is this beat up on DB night? Everybody's gonna
It
laugh
is.
at me.
Oh,
See, I completely disagree because I'm like, okay, I watched, me and my son, we watched all the Star Wars together. I watched the first season of Andor, and I was like, all right, like, because you don't know what's going to happen next, I'm like, I'm in it. And then just like random things happen out of nowhere. Like when Cassian just got arrested, like out of nowhere, like he just, all of a sudden he steps outside and like, hey guy, you're arrested. And now he's in jail. I was like, just things happened too sudden in season 1, but it didn't ruin it for me. I still enjoyed season 1, but like the first 3 episodes of season 2, I had no idea what was going on. Like he lands on a planet, and I feel like we spent almost 3 episodes with him as caught, and
I felt like
Mon trying to figure out what's going on.
that whole interaction seemed unnecessary.
which one? Were they shouting back and forth at each other? It reminds me of that video. What's your name?
Yeah, exactly. And was Mon high in episode 3? Like, I swear to God, she was like stoned. Is that like the first time someone got stoned in Star Wars? Like,
Possible.
you don't dance around like that unless you're stony baloney, my friend.
She didn't want to be like her mom, who was drunk, so she chose the path. She chose the stoner path. And, decided to go that way.
We've all done it. I mean,
Nice.
got all
Yeah.
cranked up and danced around, and we've all done it.
with her
Well-
story, and kind of the story kind of gets a little dark with that with her past. I mean, it's kind of
It does. Mm-hmm.
You know what, Matt?
Politician's got to have a scandal, right?
Matt,
Yeah.
I will agree.
Yeah.
The first 3 episodes were really slow.
Oh,
But you got to give it up for 2 things. One, there's a dichotomy with the 2 factions within the rebellion arguing, which is kind of a microcosm of the rebellion at this point. And 2, come on, intergalactic rock paper scissors lizard Spock. That's good stuff. All right.
That one gave me the ick. I was like, what? Me and my son looked at each other, go like.
But you know what? Even the planetary natives couldn't handle it because 3 of them got eaten during that game. So
that's how we're deciding everything at ICCC this year.
Okay.
nobody can pick Spock. Nobody can play Spock.
Hey, I did like the rebellion within the rebellion, though. That was probably the one thing of the first few episodes I did like.
Yeah, I think that was the point of those whole first 3 episodes.
See, I thought the first 3 episodes were good. I didn't mind them at all. I mean, at least there was some action in it. Unlike the walking and talking, and they're taking the ring to Mordor so they can throw it in the Mount Doom or whatever. Yeah.
Be careful, Jim will eat you alive. Okay?
I love Lord of the Rings. I've watched them numerous times. I could watch them all right now. I loved them. But I want my Lord of the Rings to be Lord of the Rings. I want my Star Wars to be Star Wars.
No, I get it. But I mean, so I think that's the challenge with Andor. Anything Star Wars, if it doesn't have lightsabers in it, everybody freaks out.
Oh, I don't need lightsabers.
So everybody just goes nuts. They're like, how about we? It's like with me, it's like I want something new. When I'm looking for new shows and new content and something different, I like it. And I give everything its due and its chance. And I liked it. I mean, it's a political drama.
Like Rogue One. Like my son's pissed at me because when we rank the movies, I'm like Empire Strikes Back and then Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he gets so mad at me. He's
I'm the same on those 2 rankings right there.
Yeah.
One was perfect. Star Wars perfection.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I loved it for its dark feel, its dark story. I mean,
and what it was crazy was we all went into it knowing the end. And we were all still like, this was perfect.
I can't wait to see the sequel.
Fooled you. We're getting prequels.
It's a sequel to the prequel. That's a sequel. Yeah. Anyway. Okay.
It's a streakquel.
Oh, don't
It's
mess
a
with
streakquel.
me.
Yeah.
Don't mess with me. Oh, wait, was it a streakquel?
Streakquel.
We're just gonna throw things in between the timelines. Streakquel.
Streakquel. I like that. I gotta write that down somewhere.
Trademark. If Disney's listening.
He's gonna write that down, and later
they are.
he's gonna look at that and he's gonna streak. Well, I guess I gotta run through the convention naked now, or
Yeah, I will say it. There was the amount of comedy in the first arc of season 2 was a little surprising because it didn't have that much comedy in the first season, and here we are in the first arc, and I was a little I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. But it was odd. It definitely felt a little out of place. It was like they were trying too hard because his fumbling with the TIE Avenger and then the whole rock, paper, scissors and that whole hey Toady, hey Ezekiel, the Maya Pay. The Maya Pay group. And
I think they were struggling to try to figure out how to get the comedy in there because a lot of it in Rogue One was delivered by K2SO.
Right.
So they were trying to figure out a different way and not use a droid to deliver the comedy this time. And I think it was forced.
It felt very forced, and I don't need comedy in my Star Wars. I mean, I don't mind if it's there, but I don't need it.
I like it in my Marvel, and I like it in my Star Wars when it's there. I mean,
I like the dry wit when it's dry wit. That plays well.
Yeah.
With the story for sure. The Maya Pay group was a little much, but like DB said, it was definitely showing a microcosm of what was going on with the rebellion at the time. And then how did you guys feel about turning Saw into just a huffer? I was a little surprised by that. I'm like, so he's just a huffer. Okay.
Hey, we all got our problems, man. We all
Yeah,
got
no,
our
no, I'm not saying we don't, but I just was like, I didn't know how to feel. I still don't know how to feel about that.
Do you need to admit something over there, Scruffy? I mean,
Nope. I admit nothing.
What's not showing in the camera, Scruff?
Don't you wish you knew?
I mean, just in the corner there.
Nope,
Okay.
nope.
Okay.
I'm not showing you my model paints and my glue.
The paints that he sniffs,
Uh-huh.
he doesn't do.
Oh no, but I don't have one anymore. But you remember those big old magic marker or big permanent markers back in the day? Yeah.
I don't really know if I have a strong opinion on that at all. I mean, I really need to rewatch that one again and go back through it. But I don't really have a strong opinion on that.
I have stronger opinions about more obscure stuff than I did about that. That was like a come and go thing,
Yeah.
Like when you were talking about the comedy, I got more comedy out of Cassian trying to fly that ship out of the Star Destroyer than I was like.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty good. That didn't feel forced.
Like I love that. Like he just got in it. You thought like he was just gonna fly it out like a badass, and then all of a sudden he's just like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And then you know what I thought was genius about that was he didn't say till later that was the ship he wasn't trained on. You figure like he would have said something like,
"Yeah,
this was the ship. This isn't the ship I was trained on." You're sitting there like he's gonna fly. He's gonna be badass. And then because my son was like, did they send the wrong guy on the wrong mission? What's happening right now?
Right. For sure. But yeah, as long as we're on Andor. So we just had the third arc of 4 arcs, episodes 7, 8, and 9. We finally get to, and basically it's all built around Gorman and Mon Mothma's leaving the Senate, which we saw the tail end of in Rebels. And I give them credit. They did not retcon that part, which was nice when they got Mon out of the Senate, and then they tell Cassian that he's not going to deliver, that she's going to be delivered by Gold Squadron. And I guess that's why K2s fly the U-wing. Yep.
Now we know.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But yeah, we get to see the Gorman Massacre, the second Gorman Massacre, which I thought was, when in the last arc, in the second arc, when they talked about, because everybody was debating, well, is it going to be Tarkin landing, the Star Destroyer on Gorman like he did in the EU? What are they going to do? They're going to do something totally different. And Gilroy's comments about, that he had an open canvas in terms of what he wanted to do with it. And I thought it was a great nod to the fans, to include the first Gorman Massacre and to make this the second one. I thought that was very good on their storytelling point. And I mean, that's what this arc really revolves around, right? So the episode 7 is the buildup, getting ready. Episode 8 is the new Gorman Massacre, and then episode 9 is Welcome to the Rebellion, where Mon Mothma, Cassian goes in and whisks Mon Mothma after she makes her big epic speech in the Senate. Any thoughts about the episodes in terms of what you guys thought?
Okay, so after I said what I said about the first 3 episodes, I gotta say, since the first 3 episodes, like I've been like a kid in a candy store, because I feel like with the details, especially like Gorman, okay, like going back to the first 3 episodes, when they go to Gorman, like I got really excited, but they gave a little more detail, like with the spiders, and like my son was like, more space spiders, we got to deal with this, like yeah, but it's like but the material and all this, and then when they go and then they talk about like the core and everything, I was like, oh yeah, like now where it's going, like this is setting up for like the rebellion, I've like I haven't seen the past episode, but you don't have to worry about spoilers with me. I'm going to watch it either way, but it's just with these details in why the rebellion is getting started is needed. I think it's needed because it's more than just Luke, Leia, Darth Vader and all that, it's because of this. It's because of this stuff. There's so much behind this on every planet. There's so much behind the scenes stuff, and this is what got Mon going. So, yeah.
Yeah, who knew when we were in the theaters watching Return of the Jedi that a character that was on screen for 90 seconds would get one of the most interesting backstories in all of Star Wars.
Oh my gosh.
But my question is now that she's on Yavin, where's Perrin? What's he doing?
He's still,
You know?
I love that picture you sent with
With John Travolta in Pulp
Yeah,
Fiction
John
holding the coat. He's like, what's going on here? That's all I could imagine Perrin doing after Mon Mothma got taken out or removed from Coruscant. And
I haven't been able to unsee that since you brought that up earlier today.
Hey, when I got home from work today, I went back and watched the Rebels episode where the ghost gets Mon Mothma, and she makes her speech to the factions of the rebellion. And I can't believe we haven't just come down on Disney, because her haircut's different in the cartoon than it was in the live show, and I've just lost all believability in all of it.
What?
Stop it.
Oh my word.
TV, come on.
Okay. Please note the sarcasm, because it's those kind of details that people get all kind of bent out of shape about.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. I mean, everybody argues continuity amongst everything. There's all so yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, but it does dovetail nicely with the Rebels episode.
Well, what they don't show off screen is that to get off Coruscant, they had to cut her hair. They had to put her in a different wardrobe to smuggle her out.
Sure.
And that's why she's wearing her Return of the Jedi outfit on the Ghost
There we go.
in Rebels. There we go.
Brilliant. See?
It's just off camera. That's all.
This is why you're Brown leader and I'm just droid big. Okay?
But yeah, it's it was a good arc. A lot of fans are raving about the arc. It was I know my predictions about how the Gorman Massacre was going to start were completely off for sure. It's just a classic red flag operation. And and the man of the arc for me, or the two episodes at least, was Corn Pop. And the title of episode 8 is Who Are You? And what a simple, powerful, devastating line to be delivered in the Gorman Massacre episode, because when it just completely I liked Cyril this season. I mean, last season I couldn't stand the guy, and I give kudos to the actor for playing him the way he plays him. And I've really become empathetic to the character, because he's trying to be something. He's trying to be more than him. He's trying to be part of a cause and a belief structure.
He's trying to impress his girlfriend, that's all.
Well, no, he's been like that even since before Dedra. And
right.
the only security officer to tailor his uniform. Yeah. But he
probably pressed his underwear.
Right, probably does. David, how are you doing, sir? Have a great show, my friends. Brown 39. Yeah, and I really became empathetic I really started to like Corn Pop in these episodes. And who knew he could fight like that? Holy cow. He was like a little badger, raccoon or something, just going after that food. Because I think we know what was really going on when the lights go out. And
no,
That's the ickiest thing I think I've heard all week.
Oh my god.
Ew. No.
Dedra was toughing him up.
Thanks for ruining that for me.
Man, speaking of Daedra, man, I like how they are showing like some evil with her, man. Like there's so many characters you look at and you're just like, I'd never want to meet that guy. Like the Emperor, Thrawn, Darth Vader, even Krennic. Man, Krennic, Krennic is a different kind of evil. Like it seems like he's always trying to impress somebody, so he has to be evil to impress. But Daedra,
yeah, she's just to her core.
How do y'all feel about them replacing Bail Organa? with what's his face.
It
Didn't mind
bother me. I think he did a great job with it. I mean,
I don't know,
It's
man.
not the
Maybe it's
same.
just the
I mean-
nostalgia in me because the original guy's still alive.
Jimmy Smits, yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Smits.
You'll,
Yeah,
you'll, you'll get to see more of him in this arc, and he plays the role well. If he had always been Bale, he'd have been believable. He does a good job, and it's one of those. Unfortunately, Gilroy said it was just one of those production things that they just could not get Jimmy for this, and with especially the third episode of this arc, because it's all Coruscant based, Senate based, showing that stuff, how he helps, how Bale helps get Mon Mothma out of the Senate, all the stuff that he's doing. You've got to have the character in there. There was just no other way. And I don't know if I think they definitely picked a winner. If for a replacement, they picked a winner for sure.
Yeah.
Is Jimmy acting right now? Is he even healthy enough to act and do all that stuff right now? That's kind of that would probably be a big, huge production question.
Could be. Yeah, I'm not sure. I heard it was scheduling issues. I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, but everybody's default excuse for everything.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I don't hold a lot of faith in it.
I think it's funny who they choose to replace and who they choose to CGI in the show. I just think it's funny how they choose that. Because the guy or the lady they got to play Mon, I thought that was the original lady. Like they picked like the perfect person.
Yeah, she was perfect.
Yes.
So yeah, I just think it's funny.
Yeah, I'm not particularly bothered because I think Benjamin Bratt actually chose to mimic Jimmy Smith's performance, his mannerisms. I thought it was pretty seamless, and since they've had Bale animated, I've seen him in different incarnations, and it doesn't really bother me, I guess.
Yeah, no, he didn't try and reinvent the character. He stepped into the character as it was. So it worked for me. I mean, I would rather have had Jimmy Smits, but it didn't bother me that much.
No, it didn't bother me either.
Yeah, and when we saw him in episode in that second arc, I think that was really just that was a quick scene just to get the viewers ready, because you see a lot more of them in this arc, and that was to prepare. That was the obligatory. What was it? Balin is now being played by Benjamin Bratt, like the old soap operas. And, it was that scene, it was that introduction just to get the viewers ready from a storytelling standpoint, although it had gotten leaked about a week before on the interwebs. But it's just one of those things. I mean, it's unfortunate. Would have enjoyed Jimmy Smits, but I think if you had to go with a replacement, they picked a good replacement, I felt.
Absolutely.
He did good.
So the character comeback of the season so far, Perrin.
Yeah.
I hated that character in the first season. I thought he was the epitome of terrible husband. I love his character this season. Corn Pop, I still hate. I still don't like Corn Pop.
See, I'm going to debate with you, Scruffy, because Corn Pop turned the corner for me, especially when you get to episode 9. He grows a pair, and oh my god!
I especially love the scene in the first couple episodes
right there.
Where he was
I can't get beyond this. I can't get beyond that picture. Sorry,
I was like, he was on a bed sucking his thumb there for a
minute.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, go watch the final scene between him and Dedra.
I can just see him scratching eyes, biting and kicking. As he's fighting with Andor.
From the very beginning, he gave me the Unabomber vibe.
But when he was finally given a mission by an organization that he thought was just and right, he blossomed. When he got assigned to
his mommy.
When he got assigned to the desk in Gorman, and he was really becoming his own person,
doing the whole double agent thing.
And his speech to Partagaz, and then after Partagaz leaves, and he's like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And I mean, he's feeling like he's finally contributing something to a cause. And then to have him go out the way he goes out with that line being spoken was like, it was tragic. It was a Greek tragedy in one aspect. And But yeah, no, he grew on me. But yeah, Scruffy Perrin. I really like Perrin this season. The whole wedding arc with him and trading barbs with Mon, his speech to the kids before the night before the wedding. He cared. He was a dad that cared about his kid, and I like that. And yeah, he's definitely done a 180 for me as well.
I'd like to see what they do with him in this last arc, if he even appears in the last arc.
Or are they just going to write him out like B2, where you just never see him again?
Oh, really? You're going to go there? That hurts.
That angers me.
That makes me mad.
It reminded me of you see these stories of how people had to evacuate, so these people got to go back in and rescue the pets that got left behind. No, my pet's coming with me. We're either going down together or we're getting out together, but I'm not leaving him behind. He left B2 behind.
Yeah, Brown Leader, tell the vision you told me today off air.
What was it? Oh yeah, somebody online had said it was all they could imagine was every day for the last 2 years, B2's just been rolling back to Brasso's decaying corpse, asking when Cassian is going to return. And then he goes home back to his hut for the night to recharge. And I was just
That's dark, bro.
That is very dark. But I just, that's the thing I'm the most mad about is them
Thanks
leaving.
for the nightmares.
Yeah, no kidding. I didn't feel the urge to drink until now. Now I got to drown my sorrows in a whiskey and Coke.
A bourbon bottle right now. I'm like, yeah, I need one.
I am on my way there, bro. I would join you.
But yeah,
Scruffy, when you drink, just dance around like Mon Mothma. It releases everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll be in the.
Hey, in the wind.
It's rain, Scruffy.
It's rain. It's Scruffy.
Yeah.
Nope. That's as far as I'm getting at it.
But yeah, this arc was a good arc. It'll be really interesting to see what the last arc encompasses. And I was a little surprised because after the second arc, I actually expected Bix to get killed in this arc. She has a departure, but not that way. And I was a little surprised by her departure and the way it went. And it does change the perspective of Rogue One a little bit for sure. But DB, you said that the actress said something at Celebration.
They were interviewing her on the main stage, or the public thing that was on the stream, and they asked her if she kept any part of her wardrobe, and she said, "Yes, I kept the boots I wear in the very last scene of the show." That tells me she's going to be back, and I think she's going to be there when Cassian goes off on his mission, and she's going to be like, "I'll be here when you get back." And that's the last we're going to see. That's my prediction.
Because supposedly the show ends with him going on the mission at the beginning of Rogue One. That's how the season is going to end. So that would be just as tragic as well. So, it's been all over the internet, Scruff. I mean, it's one of those things you can't. But yeah, it was a good arc. Lots of chaos. Lots of and then the whole propaganda thing. Because they didn't want Cassian to deliver Mon because she has to, one, you can't break continuity, and two, they've got to play the propaganda game, and have her do another speech to the galaxy to try to gin up support, for the rebellion, to actually officially announce that there is a rebellion. So I think it played well. I think it played very well.
As long as I don't have to see Mom again, I'm fine.
Edie? You talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, since the story is going to jump one more year, I guess they'll skip the Corn Pop's funeral scene where we see Edie just criticizing the cask. You couldn't have chosen a better one.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see Uncle Harlow or Uncle.
Right? Who is Uncle Harlow?
Yeah, Uncle Harlow.
I think Luthen is Uncle Harlow.
That's not.
Wouldn't that be a great way to twist it all up at the end?
That would be.
And then leave it. Yeah, I would dig that.
either Uncle Harlow or Cyril's dad. You know, because she said that he wanted a life of adventure, and he went off into the galaxy and did things. So I don't know either one, but of course I can't see Luthen married to that woman. But
I can't see anything married to that woman.
Any other thoughts about Andor? Where it's going, the most recent arc. It was a lot of stuff. I mean, it was, but basically just the Gorman massacre #2, and getting Mon out of the getting to the historical events of Mon Mothma making her speech and getting her out of Coruscant. So right on. So as we said at the beginning of the show, Jim and Matt, you guys are part. What's so funny, Scruff? Uncle Harlow is the Emperor. Ew.
Somehow Uncle Harlow has returned.
Somehow.
That would be an even better twist. Yes,
that
Mike,
means Corn Pop and Ray are related.
Carbonates.
Yeah.
Dark Science is things only the Sith knew.
No, things tinfoil hat time. Right on. But yeah, as we were mentioning at the beginning of the show, Jim and Matt, you guys are the part of the ECPCTV team. You guys host the podcast stage, which we have been happy to be a part of for the last several years down at ICCC. And why don't you go ahead and Jim, I know you did it last year, but we've got new viewers since then. So why don't you guys tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit about ECPCTV and what you guys are?
So yeah, we started off as a podcast like in 2018. I think all of us had the idea of doing a podcast, and we all sat around a circle, sitting around one crappy microphone, hooked up USB to a crappy computer. We still have the audio. The audio. You could go back to episode 1 of our podcast. It's the Eclectic Collective. It is the most horrible sounding audio, but we keep it there for nostalgia purposes because it was the beginning of where we started. But we for years we all sat around in a group talking about all of our fandoms. It just every time we get together, there was no plan, there was no script, there was no nothing, and there was a 5-hour conversation about all of our what was going on in our fandoms at that particular time. And we were like, wait a minute, this podcast thing seems pretty cool. Let's try it. So we sat around a microphone, recorded one episode, and we got hooked. And so we evolved in our equipment a little bit. And over time, I went kind of stupid with the equipment. Bought way too much and went way too professional really fast. And
he invented something called the rig.
Oh yeah, everybody hates that I got rid of that thing. But the thing is nobody helped me tug that thing around. I had to load and unload that thing by myself a lot, and it was killing my shins.
It was like a production on wheels.
I essentially put everything needed for production into one ATA case, and I created custom mounts, custom fold-ins, and everything just folded perfectly into this one ATA case, and it would just fold out at a show, fold back up, lock up, and roll right out. But it weighed 8 metric tons. So I got tired of lugging that thing around all the time. So I got rid of that and traded it off, for very small board and few bags that I can carry like this. They're way lighter and way easier. So I can get most of my stuff in with a couple of bags in a backpack. And that's
Nice.
much nicer on my 50-year-old body. But we've been talking about, doing this whole thing, fandoms, for many, many years. Right as we were starting to come around as a podcast, we started getting the idea of, hey, podcasts go to conventions. How about we go to a convention? So we started looking at conventions. We found this new convention that was starting in Nashville, the ICCC. And we reached out and got a hold of Mike Havens, the owner, and it just kind of went, went crazy. We literally just requested, "Hey, Mike, what are your thoughts on us like having a presence? What's involved? What do we got to do, to have a presence at your convention? And he reached out back to us and was like, at first he gave us the information, but then he was like, wait a minute, you guys do podcasting. How about you come to my house and let's have a conversation? And so we went to his house, had a conversation. He was like, how about you guys just have a broadcasting presence at the convention? And so the very first convention was at what was it? It was at the Williamson County Ag Center. So dirt floor, like huge building, dirt floor. But everybody was spread out in this wide open building so everybody could hear everybody. We were on the upper level.
Yeah.
And what we did was we went out and we literally brought guests. Like we would go and hunt people down and bring them to our table and interview them. We had no schedule, no plan, no nothing. We just showed up, set up, and we're like hunting interviews down. And I think we did 150 interviews that day. And it was awesome. We loved it. We enjoyed it. And we learned a lot doing the very first one. And then after when Mike finally evolved into a hotel, that made things that changed the game. And now we're in an enclosed space and we could do a whole lot more with it, with the stage presence and everything. And so we, kind of went all in on the whole stage podcast presence, got the round table with the microphones. We're going to do it a little bit different this year. I think we're going to do a V table setup this year, where we're going to have 6 microphones coming out, three and three on each side.
Okay.
And but yeah, it's evolved into this. We were just starting out just to kind of like try to do interviews. Then it evolved into wanting to build a community. Because as we started meeting people, our whole hashtag, our whole tagline when we talk and do things is when we meet people, we want them to become part of the collective. And, so as we meet people, they're part of our, family, they're part of the collective. And so evolving into that, building that community, and then working with, all the shows to, create a space where everybody feels, welcome and happy to come back to every year. So we can, build up the community in this thing. And that's kind of where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not as talented as Jim. So I'm a big mouth. So that's where I come into this show. So, we always
he says he has no talent. I have tech talent. He's got the gift of gab. Matt, I could put Matt down with anybody and he could make just a fantastic show talking to a wall. I mean, so, he's super immense. Don't let him tell you he's not talented. He's super mega talented. I'm just talented on the tech side. I know how all the tech works and I can make everybody look pretty. But I really and truly hate sitting up there in front of a camera talking. I do like talking on occasion. I like, when we podcast and I can like edge the camera off where, like I'm just a floating head or something. Mm-hmm. I don't mind that too much, but just being my place is behind the scenes when when we're doing that big production setup. Matt and Micah are just brilliant when it comes to doing interviews and pulling a story out of somebody.
I agree. I totally agree because I spent the last 2 years hanging out in that room most of the time and watching these guys, and I'm like, man, that seems so natural. And then I get up and I'm like, how are you coming up with these questions? And I'm making notes and I'm like, I'm trying to aspire to be like them when it comes to those situations. Cause you guys are so smooth and you're always so well. It sounds like you had everything all set before every interview, but I know that, some of the times you guys are just winging it.
We wing a lot.
Yeah. And so, yeah, Matt, don't cut yourself short because you definitely do some great interviews.
We work very hard. The podcast stage schedule just went live on the app. So the schedule is out there. It's public. And we work very hard to make that schedule. But the thing is things happen, life happens, schedules happen, and people can't make their times, or the guests have to shift and we have to push. We've already had to move Katie Sackhoff once or twice. And so things just happen. And so you just have to go with the flow. And so that's one of the things I do believe where we truly shine is our ability to pivot. Because you guys have seen it where we just make a show off the cuff. Hey, you, and you, we're talking about Star Wars Fuel Go. And so
we've been there.
Yes.
But Matt and Micah can make it sound like they've prepped for a week.
Yeah.
I mean, their interviews are so compelling. It's
prepping screws me up. So if I'm given a script, then I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. If you just give me 2 facts, then I can go in and I can.
And coming from a producer's standpoint, I can attest to the fact that if you give him too much prep, it throws him off.
Yeah, it throws me off. Throws me off my
He's
game.
all about the improv.
Jim, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to use your own words. You said you're good at sitting back and making people look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
What's that going to cost us?
Let's see.
I got the pretty right here. Look at this. Rain and Scruffy.
How many interviews are you going to help us do this year?
As many as you want.
Yeah, whatever you need.
All of them. I'm there.
Yep. No, we had a great time last year, and I want to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you on the air because you guys gave us so many opportunities last year, and I truly appreciate that. And sitting up there with Matt while we talked to Billy, was just amazing. And I talked to that.
You're gonna get a slot on Katie too.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
We're not worthy.
And you
We're
saw
not
I
worthy.
don't know if it was official. Can y'all tell me if it was official? Did I read that Katie announced that she's coming back for something in Star Wars?
Yes.
There was.
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So that's going to work out great because we got our picture with Katie at Star Wars Celebration. And so we wanted to, Scruffy's making another copy of the print. We're going to autograph it and give it to her at the convention.
Nice.
And
That's hilarious.
Yes. So that's going to be perfect. No, thank you.
That's awesome.
Hilarious.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. That'd be truly an honor. From a certain point of view,
Huh?
I was just reading. From a certain point of view, hi lads. Katie Sackhoff will be fun. Looking forward to that. She lives in my neck of the woods. Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yes, she does. She's from
for those
Oregon.
who aren't aware, she's going to be doing a 2-hour podcast, her 2-hour podcast Friday evening on the main stage.
I have a ticket.
I'm producing that. So
Awesome.
God help me.
Well, if you need,
I have a ticket. I will be there.
If you need ushers, ticket takers, direction pointers, you let us know.
Oh yeah, I think I could probably use a cameraman to hold the mounted camera.
That'd be awesome. I think
you got to volunteer for that.
Actually, you know what? Speaking of that, we're bringing a 4th member this year. We're bringing my son, who actually went to film school, and so he can sit behind a mounted camera just fine. He's got the training to do it officially.
Oh my goodness.
But no, that's awesome. Thank you.
Oh, that'd be epic, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, this thing it's really, I don't know. This is what makes it worthwhile is all the friends coming back together. I hate that, it seemed like that one year where the friendships kind of blossomed where, everybody was down there.
Mm-hmm.
And we met all these great shows, but there's been a few that, haven't come back the last couple times that we've missed. So kind of hoping they, the whole original gang, I really wish we could get the whole original gang to come back.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
So what ECPCTV does at ICCC is they host the podcast stage room. They get 15-minute interviews. Is it going to be kind of the same structure where they do the main stage for 45, then they come to you guys right after? Okay.
Yeah, so I know it's kind of weird to get the appetizer after the entree. But what we do it. So what they're doing in the main stage area, most of that stuff is being recorded for later use down the road. We typically don't go live in that area because we want to give value to the people who bought tickets to come see the panels. What we're doing in the podcast room is we're broadcasting these 15-minute interviews live every half hour. And it's to give everybody in the world who didn't come to the show an appetizer to wet the whistle to say, hey, here's what you're missing.
Yeah.
Come and eat the entree.
Mhm.
And I tell you something that, you know, we personally do differently is we pretty much know what they're going to ask on the main stage. You know, especially like Katie Sackhoff, it's going to be all modern stuff, you know, with Mandalorian, Bo-Katan, stuff like that. So we know that's going to be covered on that stage. So when they come to our stage, we're going to hit, you know, like Battlestar
Battlestar Galactica, yes.
Galactica or
I'm hitting
something
Battlestar
like
Galactica,
that.
yes. Oh, yeah.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang
Somebody
Theory.
ask
Oh yeah.
One Longmire question for me, please.
Yeah, Longmire.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I enjoyed
We'll
Longmire.
hit
That
stuff
was a
that's
good
not
show.
on the main stage so that they get something different when they come
We
to
also-
our
That's
stage.
another brilliant thing that Matt and Micah do is that when they come in, they hit them up real quick with, "Hey, is there anything that you want to get out, you know, on this real quick? Because this is being broadcast live to a lot of fandom here. Is there anything you specifically would like to talk about? And is there anything off the table that you don't want us bringing up?"
Right. Yeah, no, and yeah, and I learned that cue from you guys, so that if I was doing any of the interviews, I would always try to preface that with whoever we were sitting down with to go over that kind of stuff for sure. Hey, so Rena, which we have up on the screen there, we're definitely gonna have to ask her an Orville question because
Oh, absolutely. I love Orville.
love the
I
Orville.
love the
Love
Orville.
Orville, man.
More Trek than Trek.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna
There-
say,
right
man,
there,
like
two
you
guys
know,
that
like
I-
Orville and Galaxy Quest, you know, those are like mock Star Treks, but they are like way better than Star Trek.
Right?
Much better.
Oh, I gotta say, the surprise of the con for me last year in the podcast room was Freddie Thoman.
Freddie Tolman, what is
Yes.
such a great interview.
Oh my gosh, he was hilarious. Oh, he was a ton of fun. So, yeah, no, it's a good lineup this year for sure. I think it'll be kind of cool to see Warwick and his son. That'll be a fun. You know, that'll be you're gonna have them in the podcast room at the same time, so you can.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, so Scruffy, now you can maybe get run over by father and son.
Yes. That'll be awesome.
He almost got run over by Warwick last year when we were walking
Pretty
room
close to
sales
it.
in the hotel. Yeah, yeah.
I almost had Segway marks across my gut in my head. That would have been awesome.
Oh my
The
god.
ultimate souvenir.
Because
right
then he
there.
would have said, "Wait, could you autograph those for me?"
Yeah, autograph the tread marks, and you'd have had that framed.
Absolutely.
He would have had it tattooed, permanently tattooed.
And then it would have been eBay, you know, an hour later. But,
Yeah,
you
right. Yeah.
Oh no. That stay with me. That would stay with me for life.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I know. You know, Mike is going to be there again. We've been talking to Mike for sure. And
oh yeah, he's an
you know,
OG.
yeah. So no, you know, this is our one con for us that has become a regular every year. It doesn't matter what other cons are going on, what we make it to, what we don't make it to, but Nashville and ICCC is on our plate every year, and a large part of that is because of the fun we come have with you guys in the podcast
Absolutely.
room. And it's really kind of the secret of the con too, because people miss out on some great conversations and some great impromptu moments that just are just amazing.
Yeah.
You know, to hear about to be able to ask Dennis Lawson about what shenanigans were you guys doing while you were waiting to film A New Hope? You know, and the awkward response, and you know, you get those moments that you just don't get anywhere else, and to have them live right there in such an intimate setting, because it's a you know, it's not like a theater, it's a small podcast space.
Yep.
And Steve Blum and his wife 2 years ago, you know, oh my gosh, that was
That was probably
awesome.
that's easily my top 3 interview we've ever done. Easy.
yes.
Easy.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
tell you who one of my top 3 is, and he hasn't been there in a while, is Robert Lamb.
Mm.
I don't know. Do y'all follow him? He's one of the drawers and stuff of like Masters of the Universe and stuff like that. Like, what an amazing guy! What an amazing history! You should look him up. He's got his own Facebook and stuff, and he goes to cons everywhere. But like just his history alone in the industry in animation is absolutely amazing. I wish we'd get him back.
Another top one for me would be John Rhys Davies. Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
I could
Can't
sit-
beat that, man.
I could listen to that man give stories all day long.
Right. He
Holy
needs
crap.
yeah, I could listen to that like book on tape format for
Oh,
hours
absolutely.
and hours and hours. He defines the word thespian to me.
Yes.
Yeah,
By
Absolutely.
you
By
know,
far.
and just a gentleman on top of that, and yeah, no, he was amazing. That was so yeah. I mean, if you're at ICCC this year, folks, swing by the podcast stage room. I mean, it is worth the time to sit there and see these celebrities, not even literally just feet away from you, to be able to listen to them in candid little conversations. Again, we ask the questions that are not asked on, we try to ask the questions that are not asked on the main stage, and get into a little more things. And yeah, we're going to be asking Katie about Longmire and Battlestar Galactica and
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, and
Bang Theory.
what was that Netflix series that she did? I watched all of that. It was like B-level sci-fi, and she was absolutely having a blast with it. And
I think that one.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was cheesy, but it was like you could tell she was purposely going over the top with it and having a blast. Best
The vibe in the room might be a little bit bigger this year. Like it's because I mean we're not in the Sheraton again. We're in Embassy Suites in Murfreesboro this year, and I think our total convention space at the Sheraton, I think we had a little bit over 20,000 square feet. And with this new setup at the Embassy Suites, I think we now have about 60,000 square feet.
Wow.
oh wow.
Yes.
And so it's the most vendors we've ever had at a con, I believe, is what I was told. And like by far. And yeah, I think, we're going to have tons and tons of space to play with. And I was told there might be projectors in the ceiling to play with too. I don't know.
Ooh.
I'll figure all that out when I get there. So
No, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, but I was looking at the floor plan, and the podcast room is right there on the main space this year. We're not off down a side aisle or in a separate building where it's a little harder to access. So we're right there where anybody can walk in and see the stuff happening.
yeah, I think we're way better placed this year. And I think that's due to this better layout with this new hotel. But I think, I really wish we'd have gone here before we tried the Wilson County Fairgrounds, because I think we were way too spread out that year. And I think we lost a lot that year because not many people knew to come out of the main building and find all these other buildings with everything going on. But this year, I think we're going to get. I think we'll be able to be discovered a whole lot easier, and I think we're going to get a lot more natural traffic. With people flowing out of the convention and out of the main stage panels.
Good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Excellent.
And let me tell you, just speaking from experience, I'm 42 years old and I've been to many a con, and this is definitely one of the most inclusive cons I've been to. You can absolutely be a fan of anything. This isn't just Star Wars. It was built around Star Wars, but if you can come and just see the groups that show up to this thing, I mean like Halo, Predator, Alien, this, that, RoboCop, Terminator. I mean, there are groups beyond groups, and 501st will be there, and the Rebel Squadron and all of them.
One of the big draws this year is TMNT.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love that they're doing a pizza watch along party.
Yep.
That is awesome.
That is hilarious.
awesome.
So
That's gonna be
anyone
great.
out there like that just sits in the background and goes like, man, I wish I went, or man, I really want to go see them, just know that this con, you are going to find a friend. Look, like we met these guys years ago. They're our friends now.
Mhm.
So you're going to meet somebody. You're going to meet a lifetime friend at this con, no matter what fan you are,
Mhm.
and you are definitely gonna go on the floor and you're gonna find that toy or collectible that you've been looking for many years. I mean, you might have to bring the dollars, or you might find it cheap. I gotta tell you, some of my favorite finds I have found for under $10 at ICCC.
Mhm.
So, don't
Not-
think that, and that's another thing too, is this isn't that con that's like jacked up prices or anything. This is an average con person's con. This is
Yeah.
you
Yes.
come with what you got, you're gonna go home with more than what you thought.
You're not going to pay $120 for your meal. You can get, there's going to be affordable food. There's going, the tickets are affordable. You will be able to, with so many vendors there this year, you will be able to find all kinds of collectibles within any budget. Now, if you are the hardcore collector looking for that, original Boba mint on card, you want to drop 13, 14 grand, it will be there. And I watched that transaction happen paid in cash one year. So if you're that collectible, it's there. But if you are a budget collector, it's there. It's all there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And even
Sunday-
stuff you've never heard
Yes.
of will be there.
Yes.
Yeah, see, Mike said it. Sunday fun day
Yep.
deals, man.
Yep.
That's the day.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
is.
Hey, I got to say that Scruffy warned me just today, don't buy too much because we got 4 people in the car this year. So
Oh, I said don't
Uh,
pack too much so we can bring something home.
yeah,
No, sir. You can rent the U-Haul trailer thing and
Go.
pack it in.
I will accept any advice of where a UPS store is if I have to.
Your car's got
Oh,
a
2 years
roof
ago-
rack,
Yeah.
doesn't it, Scruffy?
What's that?
Your
it
car's
does
got a
not.
roof rack.
No,
What?
it does not.
What? We'll put a
No.
car carrier on top.
I'll
No.
bring a bungee. You can just bungee me to the roof. Keep the toys inside. They're more valuable. Okay.
A
Go-
flapping
and-
DVD.
Edna style, vacation style.
Yes.
Yes.
And Edna, sit me right up. Let's go.
I love it.
So yeah, so we are 1 week away, literally 1 week away from the con. If you are going to be in the Nashville, Murfreesboro area, definitely swing by.
Even if you're
Tickets-
not, make the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't make it this year, come down one of these years. It's going to continue to grow. It's a great con. We've had other friends that have listened to us and they've come to the show, and the responses have been pretty unanimous in terms of, it's different from other cons and its intimate feel. And for us, like Jim was talking about, we're all friends now. And, if you're a Star Wars fan, the term found family means something, and it's got that vibe, at ICCC. And whether you're a prequel kid, a sequel kid, an OT kid, it doesn't matter. Everybody gets along. Everybody's there to have a good time at the con. Everybody celebrates their thing and celebrates with you. There are no fights, no tantrums, no. It's not the internet. It's real life, and it's why it's our regular con every year for sure.
I'll tell you what I want to do. I haven't told Jim yet. So I've been working in the background on my own Kessel Sabak table and swivel thing. I don't know if anybody here or out there has played Outlaws. I loved Outlaws. It gets a lot of, bad rap, but I loved Outlaws. But they have Kessel Sabak with a droid that spins, pass out the card. I mean, I got a cheap version that I've been working on. I'm going to see if we could film a Kessel Sabak match up on that stage with all my stuff.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
That I can't wait to see.
Yes.
We can.
What day are we doing that?
Whatever day we can have some free time. That's where Jim comes in. See, I throw it in there, and then he tells me when I can do it.
That is the challenge I'm faced with as the producer, where it's like, Jim, we want to do this. I'm very limited, guys. We've got 10 minutes before Katie comes in the room. Let's do this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Brendan Wayne as well. That is that's definitely been one of those guys that I can't wait to go meet him, because it's just what he's done for the Mando character is, as the primary guy in the suit is just amazing. And that's going to be I think that's going to be a fun interview as well.
Did y'all meet him when he came the last time?
No.
Okay.
Didn't he cancel once
He
Did he?
canceled last year.
last year?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was going to be there last year and he canceled. And
Okay.
you know what, Scruff? I'm going to have to decide if I want to bring that action figure or not
Yes, you did.
to have him. Should we make the room for that? I've got one of those large bandos that's like, on card back, and I should probably bring that down and have them sign
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
Oh, so speaking of trying to squeeze some things in, when is my time up on stage singing "It's Raining Scruffy"?
When is your time on stage?
Yeah, so I can sing "It's Raining Scruffy."
Yeah. I will program that at the end of every hour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You do have the stripper pole too, right?
Hey,
I don't, but I'm going to get one now.
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
Jim. Is it possible, like, if at some point we get like in there early, you can just record us all singing "It's Raining Scruffy" and then put some background, and then it just
yeah.
plays all day long?
That'd be
Yeah.
I
great.
can do it. Come on.
There we go.
Turn the lights out.
I'll have to early in the morning when I first wake up, I'll come in and record some voiceover or intro stuff in my Barry White when I'm
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, right on. Right on. Well, good. We are looking forward to seeing you guys in just a week's time. We're going to be we're driving down on Thursday, right, Scruff?
Yeah, I'm leaving Thursday. Well, I would leave Wednesday morning, but you guys can't. So we're leaving Thursday morning.
Okay.
I will pick you up at 6 o'clock. Be ready.
I'll be the extremely exhausted person running around. So
Right.
We will. We should see you about I don't know, about 6:30, 7ish.
Are we
right around there.
stopping at any
No.
ollies this time?
No.
Are we
It is
stopping in Kokomo?
No. We're gas and go.
No Kokomo?
Nope. Gas and
are
go.
there any Buc-ee's in between here and there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There's one, and yes, we are stopping at Buc-ee's.
North of Nashville, there's one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. We gotta
See
stop
you
at
all in a
Buc-ee's.
week. Safe travels. Yes, Mike.
We gotta stop at Buc-ee's because I need my picture next to the beaver, the giant beaver there. Yeah. That's gotta happen. It's gotta
Get
go
your
on
beaver
my...
nuggets.
I need a bag of beaver nuggets.
Not
I don't-
gonna say it. Not gonna say
Nope.
it. Not
Behave
gonna say
yourself.
it. Not gonna say
Behave
it.
yourself.
Not
Yes.
We're gonna get a picture of Scruffy with the beaver, and we're gonna label it "Turn Out the Lights."
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and you have been listening to Hyperspace
Okay.
Heroes. Wow. Okay.
Out of context, that really sounded X-rated. You're getting a picture of Scruffy with the beaver. I mean,
112. We're gonna
No.
stamp
No,
that.
you are not. You do not need to mark that down.
Time
So
is
yes, and yes, I got to get the beaver nuggets, and I got to get one of those epic sandwiches. You know, the
man, those
brisket
barbecue
sandwiches.
sandwiches are next
Mhm.
level, man.
Aren't they epic? Yeah, it's the only place I've ever been to where I go out and spend $50 in gas and come out with $300 worth of crap.
They are marketing geniuses there.
They are.
Yes.
Yes, is I did not know I needed a Bucky seatbelt cover.
Right.
I did not know I needed Bucky pajamas,
Right.
But you do.
But you do.
but I do, and I'm gonna wear them, and I'm gonna say, "Turn out the lights." Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts about ICC before we move on?
I think it's time to advertise our giveaway again.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yes.
yeah, make sure you type. We're going to be doing a giveaway here in the next segment in Collection Corner for a Black Series. We'd like to get you in on the pre-order for. Let me see. Where's my pictures? For the pre-order for this new ISB Special Forces, or you can pick something of your choosing, which is fine. But yeah, jump in the chat right now, and type in hashtag
Right
Corn
now?
Pop into the chat for a chance to win. We're going to be pulling that in just a little bit. So, yeah, it's a great con. Lots of fun. It's in a new venue. I love the location of the podcast room, and we're going to have a good time.
Gonna have a blast, as we always do.
We do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, any other, should we just jump into Collection Corner then?
Must jump in the
One
collection
thing
corner.
real quick.
Yes.
Thing real quick. Get your tickets today. ICNashville.com.
Yes.
Tickets now.
Let's
Absolutely.
let me bring that up on the screen. Yeah, that is a long drive for you unboxing for sure, because he's up in Minnesota. But he could pitch a ride with. He should hitch a ride with Carbo. Yeah, Carbo's Carbo's coming down.
Yeah, we drive what 700 miles or something.
Yep. So yeah, so head on over to there's, as you can see on the countdown there, 7 days, 9 hours, 45 minutes, and 5 seconds remaining till the con starts. And just head on over to iccollectorsconvention.com. I think it also works with icnashville.com if I'm not mistaken. And then just click here to buy tickets. They're still available.
Hey, look, it's the video I produced. Yay.
Show off.
Right. Show off. just brag a little. Yeah, no.
When you got it, you got it.
I can't do it.
Absolutely.
Right.
I barely got my laptop on for this thing.
Again, Jim, you made those people look pretty. Come on.
Yeah, you got all the eye candy you need right here.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna be we'll be down there all 3 days of the con. So if you run into us, definitely swing by the podcast stage room. That's the best chances of finding us is there.
And we autograph for free.
We do.
We don't charge.
We will not charge you. This is our last year though. I'm just saying. So next year it's
next year
I'm cheap and easy. I'll do it for free next year too.
Mark that time. 116. He's cheap and easy.
I'm gonna make him a T-shirt that says that.
Oh, this is so not good for me. This is not a good episode for me. All right.
All right.
This
So
episode,
yeah,
we're gonna come back to
pick
haunt
up
me
your
later.
ticket. Swing by Murfreesboro next week. It's well worth the time, even if it's just pop in for one day. Pop in. It's a great fun. It's a lot of fun. Everybody there is just friendly as can be. So, all right, let's flip over into where's my
Did you lose it?
Do.
Yeah, here's the silence we talked about earlier.
Live long and suck it.
Yeah.
All right.
No way.
All right, time for collection corner. Scruffy, yesterday was Comic Book Wednesday.
Comic Book Wednesday. So yes, I realized that when I walked in the door that I hadn't been there in a couple weeks because. Ooh. Yeah, nobody's listening. Okay. Yeah, that was an expensive stop. Yeah. Oops. I gotta remember to keep up. So yeah, we and a couple of those were free. Free comic book day was Saturday, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went. That's the day we went over budget.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. You like how they say free comic book day, and you walk out $100, $100, $200.
Yeah. It was only $100.
Yeah.
But everything was on sale
in one bag.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. I like that.
So I went and picked up a few comic books. Picked up a couple extras for the guys.
So there's a oh sorry, what was that? I couldn't see that.
Unbox. It's the latest Bad Batch.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
So there's you guys know that last time I was on your show, I was repping Transformers. I got the Mandalorian Metallica shirt on right now.
I love that shirt. I need that.
But last time I was repping the Transformers. So there's I say new, but it's a year old where they've just created the Energon universe in comics. And they've got this is that universe where they're really going all in on tying in Transformers and G.I. Joe. And it is an amazing freaking story.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's a different way of telling the story. Like Megatron hasn't even really come in, or at least where I'm at in the storyline. I'm only like a couple episodes out, or a couple books out, but Megatron hasn't even come into the story truly yet. And so the way they're writing all of this, it's like Starscream is like he's no longer that whimpering, cowering, character in the background who always fails. The backstory is he's defeated Megatron and buried him somewhere. And Optimus is rolling around with his arm cannon attached to his back. And so it is, but the way that they're interacting with the Joes is, the stories are really, really freaking good. So I'm all in on this new Energon Universe comic book series.
See, and I try to ignore all that stuff because I can't tell you how bad I want to dive into that. It's bad enough I got sucked into the Alien series.
Hmm?
I can't afford all this. I just can't afford it.
I mean, I tell myself that all the time. I cannot afford to keep doing this, but
Yeah,
I keep doing it. So
I'm gonna have to start a fans only page and start taking pictures of my feet and stuff because I can't afford to keep up with all this. It's out of control.
I thought you already started that, Scruff.
Ooh, so I do have fans. Yeah. Yes.
We'll be selling autographed feet pictures next year at ICCC.
Oh, it's called Scruffy Feet.
Scruffy feet.
That sounds very wrong. Yes, this episode is not going well for me.
Yeah.
There's some things in this episode that are going to come back to haunt me later.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Nice. DB.
Well, I already flashed this. This was on my desk today. Thank you, Scruffy. And the only other thing I have to show today was on my front porch when I got home from work. Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have press passes, but I love to support Mike and his efforts, and so
Absolutely.
there it is.
Yeah.
There's my VIP pass.
And we appreciate it.
And
Absolutely.
there's a
Mine
video
came
in
last
here.
week.
Did you produce this video, Jim?
No, I did not produce that video,
Oh,
unfortunately.
that's why it sucks. No, it's great. It's actually really good. Mike always does these nice VIP packages, and I'm excited because over on my wall I've got all my other passes hanging from the other ICCCs that I've been to, and this will join after next week.
Yeah, I gotta actually create a shadow box or something with all the ICCC VIP passes
Yeah.
I've gotten.
Yeah, I love the VIP pass because it has IG-11 on it this year.
I know, right? And somehow include those boxes in this display because those boxes are that whole presentation there is pretty awesome.
It's classy. Mike does a great job.
Absolutely.
Nice.
How about you, Brown Leader? What do you got?
Well, we'll go over to Matt real quick if Matt's got anything he wants to show off for.
Oh, I didn't know we were going to do that. I would have gone down to grab it, but I tell you what I got. Well, two things that I've gotten in the past month that I'm really excited about is the Mandalorian Super Commando, the vintage series came out. I just got that a few days ago, but when at Celebration when they announced Ronin and R5 in the special box, I as soon as they announced it, it wasn't even on sale yet or pre-ordered. And I was checking, I swear, guys, every hour. I lost, that right there.
Yep.
I lost so much time on work trying to, pre-order that. But not only that, when we bought this thing, it was shipped out next day.
It did,
which shocked me.
Yes,
and that is one of the most beautiful Black series that I've ever received in my life.
That one is coming back to haunt me. Usually I have remorse a couple days later and I'm over it. That one is still haunting me to this day. I wish I would have jumped on that. I didn't.
Oh man.
Look at
but
that.
I know it's epically cool.
What a presentation. That's awesome.
It is. It's a great presentation. Love the artwork. And he's going to be back for season 3.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
Yes.
He needs his own. To me, he needs his own show.
He does.
There's a few Envisions that I feel deserve their own show, but his by far needs his own show.
And they're doing that for one of them. They're coming out with a series. Was it Ninth Jedi?
Ninth Jedi, yeah.
Yeah, the Ninth Jedi. I think they're doing a whole series on that one in 2026, and which will be good to see. I'm excited.
That'd be awesome to see, but the Ronin is the one I really want to see.
Yeah.
He's definitely by far my favorite. But yeah, so the comics, obviously, I brought the other two that Scruffy got me a couple weeks ago from home from work, and so that I can get these safe and sound. And then, yeah, the only other, well, actually, a couple things, but the VIP or the press passes. So for us, so we will be down there in just 1 week's time. And then my wife had another thrift find. I came home and this was in. I have a drawer in the kitchen, where I throw my keys and my wallet and all that stuff. And I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh, that's
Oh, wow.
Yes.
that's crazy.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
I think she picked it up for like a quarter or something. So, and it was funny because she said she'd seen it there on a few of her trips through and over a couple different weeks, and nobody had picked it up. So she was finally like, "Well, I'm just gonna get that," and I'm like, "That's fine." But yeah, that was her thrift store find of the week. So, yeah, that's Collection Corner. So, should we give something away?
Oh, let's give something away. What the heck? Everybody got an entry in?
Hashtag corn pop.
Hashtag Corn Pop.
R.I.P.
I know, right?
Ricky.
I wish I could feel bad about that, but sorry.
Right.
All right, let's get here. So, all right, let's
There
see
we
who's
go.
gonna win a Black Series.
Unboxing.
Yeah.
Congratulations, unboxing. So, yeah, a great job. And we're gonna we'll be in contact. DM me after the show, and we'll talk about if we want to get that Black Series on pre-order for you, or if you want to choose a different Black Series. We'll talk about that off there. So, congratulations, unboxing, and make sure to check out his YouTube channel. He posts on a weekly basis. He unboxes a lot of stuff, right? Star Wars, all Star Wars related.
It's all in the name.
It's all in the name. But yeah, check out his YouTube channel. I watch it on the regular. He a couple weeks back he had dug out some stuff. Sounds like a collector. He dug some stuff out from storage, and
Yeah. I wouldn't have any idea what that's like.
to look at it again. And there was some stuff that I was like, I don't remember that, and it was some of the '90s stuff. But yeah, it's
What's
definitely
scary
check
is
out his channel.
what's scary is I do that and I'm like, I don't remember buying that.
Right?
Or my other favorite is I remember I look at some things and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what a credit card, sleep deprivation, and 4 o'clock in the morning gets you. You guys remember they're called danglers, and they're like a little suction cup with a little wire that holds a little ship or something from Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah.
I have a case.
Show your case of danglers, Scruffy.
Case. Oh wow! All right. Yeah, I have a case that apparently one night at 4 o'clock in the morning, I thought I need an entire case of these danglers.
Yeah, he just finished.
I just can't get past the word danglers. I
I
forgot
know.
what else he was talking about.
You know what? Maybe we can get him to hold his danglers when he's standing next to the beaver at Bucky's.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm out. You guys have a good night.
It was 4 o'clock in the morning. He had just finished filming for his OnlyFans channel.
Scruffy's danglers.
Oh, turn out the lights.
Turn it.
Oh. All right.
Oh, that's too funny. I'm looking for a certain picture right now.
No, you don't need.
No. It's not related to that.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Woo, I was about to close my eyes.
Yeah, please don't Google danglers.
Nope,
That will
nope.
not end up well for anybody.
You will be canceled. You'll be canceled real quick. Or you might go viral. I don't know. It might happen. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I was going to.
Oh, look, unboxing knows what I'm talking about. I think I did a video of danglers a long time ago.
He didn't preface that. Like, he just
everybody's
put
into the
danglers in
danglers.
there. You know.
Yes,
No, I can't. Carbonates.
So I wanted to show off one more time what we are going to give away after the Andor series is done. When we do our final Andor series review, we're going to give away this print that I have, and let's see if I can
I'm
find
going to register to win that.
I know, right?
Me too,
So
man.
I've got it right here. It's a 9x12 print from Colin Cantwell, and what is that doing up there? From Colin Cantwell, who was one of the original ship designers back during A New Hope, and a lot of his designs. This one was finally brought out in Andor season 1, as we all know, with the Fondor tearing those dishes to shreds, and it's autographed, and we'll be giving that away during when we get around. And it's not going to be next week because next week we'll be on the road to ICCC. So it'll probably be in a couple weeks from now. We'll advertise it and make sure that we get the word out. But yeah, autographed by Colin. I've got it ready for a winner. So really looking forward to giving that one away. So
yeah, I might register to win that one.
Yeah, no, it's a nice print, and it was one of those things I just happened to see, and I clicked order, and I was like, we're going to give that away during Andor.
What's the hashtag, danglers?
Right? Right.
Scruffy's danglers.
Scruffy's danglers.
No,
all right.
Just scruffy danglers.
There you go.
Oh.
Wow.
All righty.
That's a visual for you.
We've derailed right now.
So before we get into the final segment, Jim and Matt, thanks for coming on again. And why don't you go ahead, pump up where they can find everything ECPCTV and ICCC.
So you can find us at ECPCTV.com. I know it's consonant soup, but that's where you can find us, ECPCTV.com. It stands for Eclectic Collective Podcast Television, and that's a lot of words too. So we just shrunk it down into that acronym. That's where you can find everything about us. Where to find our podcasts. We're all over. Everywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find the Eclectic Collective. You can find our YouTube channel at that website. Everything about us. ICCC, you can find it all at icnashville.com. The letter I, the letter C, Nashville.com. And that will take you straight to the Imperial Commissary Collectors Convention, where you can get your tickets and find out all the information about what's going to be happening at the convention, who all's coming, all the events, all the tables, the gaming, the game room, tabletop gaming, video games, contests, cosplay. Great cosplay coming this, like tons and tons of cosplay. I'm really excited this year about the cosplay because I think if everything happens according to plan, I think we're going to have the best cosplay tournament we've ever had. Lots and lots. I mean, just like explore the rooms, guys. Come to the convention, see the convention floor. You're going to be blown away, but also explore all the rooms. You will be super excited.
Right on.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Right on. All right. So you ready, Scruff?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Dad joke of the week. Time to annoy Scruffy and DB. Dad joke of the week. All right, Star Wars dad joke of the week, courtesy of Kelly Knox's book, Star Wars Dad Jokes. Here we go. Luke Skywalker's trip to Bespin was the worst day of his life, hands down.
Wow.
That was dad joke of the week Now don't you feel absolutely complete?
All right. So Jim and Matt, thanks for coming on the show again.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to seeing you guys in a week down in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So that's it for the show tonight, folks. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for giving us a watch. Definitely you can find out everything Hyperspace Heroes and Brown Squadron on all of it. We're on all the socials, X, Facebook, Twitter,
Wix.
yeah, blue sky, green sky, yellow sky, whatever. They're all on there. Carbonites, if you want to throw that comment in that you normally do about smashing the button, and not the danglers, but the button, and
Don't smash the danglers.
don't smash the danglers.
Please don't smash the
Dude, please don't. So yeah, and you can find everything Hyperspace Heroes and Brown Squadron at beacons.ai /Brown Squadron. And with that, yeah, we're going to get out of here tonight, guys. So thanks everybody for watching and listening on the audio version. And this is
there it is. There it is.
Smash that like button like Kylo smashes his helmet. Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Carbonite. And thank you, Unboxing. Thank you for everybody in the chat, where we enjoy all of you guys being in the chat on a regular basis, and ladies. And looking forward to follow us. Make sure to follow us next weekend, because we're going to be broadcasting from the con quite a bit, and we're going to be on the ECPCTV stage. So any videos that or any of the podcast interviews we're in will tie to our YouTube. So make sure you click and subscribe on our YouTube to catch those videos, and then also follow ECPCTV and ICCC so that you can catch all of the interviews as well there. So, all right. With that, this is Brown Leader signing off for the crew, and you have been listening and watching Hyperspace Heroes. That's
no moon. Was it good for you?